Are you constantly rushing through life, trying to get through tasks as quickly as possible? Do you sometimes feel overwhelmed and neglect to take care of yourself, and sometimes neglect important priorities in your life because you're rushing to get so many things done? I sometimes do, and so do most people. I'm Karen. I'm a clinical psychologist, and in this video, I'm going to give you 7 easy tips for how to be more intentional, to simplify your life, beat overwhelm, and actually get things done. Tip number 1, stop, pause, and make a list. I like to grab a pen and a piece of paper and do it the old-fashioned way. Just write down everything I can possibly think of, getting stuff out of your head and onto something external, whether it's your notes on your phone or a piece of paper, the way that I do it, is immediately calming. It literally and figuratively externalizes the issues at hand. If you're enjoying this video so far, then please click the like and subscribe buttons. I'd really appreciate it. Tip number 2 is, once you have made your to-do list, examine the tasks at hand and think about them. Is there anything on the list that really could wait for a bit? Is there anything that could be delegated? Is there anything that is extremely urgent and needs to go to the top? What is important and shouldn't be neglected? Kind of categorize your list in a way that makes sense to you. When you've categorized your list according to what works for you, then think about, is there a way to approach this strategically? Is there a way to spread out these tasks? Because you know what? You're not going to do them all at once. It is just not possible. And that brings me to tip number 3, which is, take out your calendar and allocate no more than 3 important tasks to do every day. And these 3 tasks need to be realistic. They need to be doable. So for example, you can't write finish book. That is possible, but very unlikely. It would be much more helpful to write from 9 a.m. to 12 noon on your list, because that is something that you can definitely achieve. You can't write organized party on your list, because unless it's an incredibly simple party, most parties involve quite a few steps. In which case, you could write on your list something like make a list for party, and your task of that day would be to think about what exactly you're going to need to do in what order to arrange your party. We all need to recognize that our lives are already full. And even if we cloned ourselves, it's unlikely that we would ever fit in everything that we wanted to do in a day. So you have to break it down into realistic goals that you can achieve. And you know what? If you do those 3 things in a day, you will get a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that will be absolutely worth taking the time to plan it in this way. Tip number 4 is set your daily highlights. Now, your daily highlight can change from day to day, and it is something that is really important to you. I got this idea from Ali Abdal, who talked about it in one of his videos. And I really love this idea, and I've incorporated it into my own calendar. It can be something as simple as calling your mom, or getting some exercise, or getting your hair done, or meeting a friend for lunch. Whatever it might be, it is something that means something to you. And if you accomplish your daily highlight, your day will feel like it meant something to you, even if everything else gets hijacked. Tip number 5, stop being a time optimist. When you schedule your activities back to back, it leads to a constant sense of rushing and overwhelm. So make sure that you block your calendar to schedule spaces between appointments to make allowances for unexpected delays and for time to do things like grab a bite to eat. You have to have proper space between activities, appointments, and things to do so that you can accomplish things in a more measured way. Which brings me to tip number 6, which is be mindful. Slow down. When you slow down, you might be surprised to find that there is so much joy in the little things. When you're present in the moment and you sit down to drink your cup of tea and eat your snack, the amount of pleasure you get from that is so much more than munching a protein bar on the run. You might be surprised to find that you can even enjoy mundane tasks like brushing your teeth or doing your hair or washing a plate. When you slow down, pay attention, and be in the moment, you can get a lot of pleasure from even the most boring of activities. Tip number 7, my last tip, and possibly the most important tip, is make it fun. Do the little things that are fun for you. Whether it's pop outside to get some fresh air and a little bit of sun, snuggle your cat or your dog or your child or your partner. Set up little rewards for yourself during the day so that it breaks up the monotony and gives you things to look forward to. Life is short and there is always fun to be had. In the words of Paulo Coelho, it is not always possible to be happy, but it's always possible to have fun. So these are my 7 tips for simplifying your life, becoming more intentional, and beating that horrible feeling of overwhelm. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate your feedback. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!